Hey guys, it's History Man over here. Remember I told you that I'm gonna make 2 videos of history. So I will talk about now we're gonna talk about top 6 trench heroes. Throughout the ages, networks of trench fortifications have been cleverly built and steadfastly defended and bravely assaulted. So we're gonna talk about now. Sorry for my pronunciation of things. I know I messed up a lot. All right, I'm sorry for my pronunciation, but I'll try my best pronouncing these history figures that I looked them up and read them and talk about them. Now I wanna talk about them here. So yeah, Sebastian the Prester de Fubon, I think so. Um, Years active from 1650 to 1707. Born of minor nobility in 1633 before becoming a poverty-stricken orphan. Vauban's meteoric rise to become the greatest military engineer of his age is breathtaking. Throughout a career that has saw him in every war of King Louis XVI, his reign from 1643 to 1715, Vauban revolutionized the art of siegecraft and defensive fortifications. The very idea of using progressively extending trenches largely to assault forts can to attributed to him. Between 1667 to 1707, Vauban upgraded more than 300 city fortifications across France, as well as strengthening military harbors. To exercise Vauban and regularly found himself in command of critical sieges, including the storming of forts in Rheinberg, Nijmegen, and Maastricht. And from 1676 to 1678, he took a further 7 cities. It was during this period incredible success that Vauban finalized his tactics on trench warfare, on concentration that it was still in use in the 20th century, most notably during World War I, as the preferred method of taking defensives. Alright, number 2, Julius Caesar. The Roman army from 69 BC to 44 BC. In September 52 BC, Caesar's rampaging Roman armies were finally defeating the ghouls. I don't know. I'll just call them the ghouls. I don't know why. I'll just call them the ghouls, guys. But only the fort at least stood between them and a victory, realizing that the garrison town of 80,000 men would be virtually impregnable to assault. Caesar decided that he would lay a siege and starve the Gauls into submission. In order to achieve this, Caesar ordered the construction of a series of trenches, forts, and circumvallation to encircle the town. When raiding, a party of Gallic cavalry breached the cordon before its completion. Caesar responded with the construction of second line of defensives, diverting river to fill a 20-foot deep trench. With his troops positioned between the two lines, Caesar was perfectly placed to repel the both initial assaults from within the town, as well as the inevitable reinforce. The leader of the besieged, the Gauls, swiftly surrendered. Gaul have finally fallen. I'm sorry, guys, if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but I'm really sorry. Alright, we got Major General John Gruber Park, years active from 1849 to 1890, following the fierce fighting west of Petersburg, mostly nobly of the Battle of Five Forks. The Confederate divisions stationed to the east were considerably depleted, spotting an opportunity to make a decisive breakthrough in the stalemate. Park prepared to assault the Confederate Fort Mahone with 18 regiments of the Union of 9th Corps. Desperate, initially hoping to postpone the attack after a series of raids and artillery fire had alerted the enemy, Park decided to proceed at 4 a.m. on 2 that would, unfortunately, the result of Unionists taking batteries number 25, 27, 28, and 29. Fort Mahone and the surrounding trenches, they also captured 800 prisoners, 12 guns, and a collection of Confederate flags. By nightfall, 1,500 Union lay dead. While enemy losses were unknown by 9 p.m., that same night, Major General Gordon started a Confederate withdrawal from the trenches. Alright, number 4, Sidney George Lewis. So years active from 1915 to 1918. In August 1915, the East Surrey Regiment of the British Army welcomed the youngest soldier to fight for the British. During World War I, Sidney Lewis was 12 the following year. Then a 13 runaway fought at the Battle of the Somme and took part of the 107th Machine Gun Company, enduring 6 weeks on the front line. The youngster saw further action this time among the ferocious fighting at the Battle of Delville Wood, surviving a slaughter that killed or wounded more than 500,000 men. Eventually, through the truth caught up with him, his understandably distraught mother writing to plague for his safe return. Lewis' duty sent back to Tooting, London. But he was later awarded the Victory Medal and the British War Medal in 1918. Lewis re-enlisted in time to take part in the occupation of Austria before serving in bomb disposal during World War II. Alright, number 5, Erwin Rommel. He was in the the 2nd Battalion and 9th Company Royal Wartenberg Mountain Battalion. He was active 1911 to 1944. 1911 to 1944. Alright. Reactly hailed as one of the greatest generals of World War II. Rommel, you all know Rommel, the Desert Fox. Rommel's exploits in the trenches of France during World War I, or as quickly as gripping and having already received an Iron Cross second class for attacking several French troops. Armed only with a bayonet, Rommel proved his courage once more in the trenches of the Argonne in 1915. Despite dwindling supply of ammunition, only be giving order to retreat, Rommel led his platoon more than 100 yards through a forest of barbed wire assault. French soldiers who were positioned in the blockhouse, hoping to prevent the enemy firing on his retreating comrades, Rommel ordered on an attack that would earn him the Iron Cross First Class. Rommel fought in the trenches of France for a further 9 months, receiving shrapnel to the leg on June 29, 1915. In September of that year, he became the lieutenant of the Mountain Battalion that considerably defeated and captured for a larger forces in his guidance. Alright, the last one is really, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I'll try to butcher it. Vu Nguyen Gayap, I think so. On the Viet Cong, I guess. He was active from 1942 to 1991. The son of the committed nationalist official involved in rebellions against the French in the 1880s, but it seemed that Gayap was born for the role that he would later play in the violent explosion of his country's oppressors. Gayap's crowning moment arrived 12 years into his military career at the Battle of Dien Bien Phu in 1954. Having kept his artillery camouflage and returning so as to confuse the French, Gayap ordered to his men to dig a trench system to encircle the enemy. Then his armies began to evacuate further tunnels inwards. So towards the now trapped French soldiers, merciless onslaught soon followed for 54 days. The Viet Minh repeatedly captured positions and nailed the French artillery to the extent to their commander. General Parnov committed suicide with a hand grenade. His countrymen and duly surrendered on May the 7th, and the French rule of Vietnam was over. So yeah, that's all my I guess 6, because I think I counted 6. 6. So I think I counted 6. So yeah, those are my 6 trench heroes of during war. Now this is gonna be a huge trench series. We're gonna talk about like a lot of stuff about trench warfare. So yeah, I guess History Man out.